feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I follow only golden, golden, golden things. Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. In spring, rainbow trout and a hummingbird.
Hello, how's it going?
I'll follow the golden, golden things.
Let's do a chat overlay. How's it going? Hello. Oh, we've golden things out. Hey, welcome everybody. How's it going? How are we all? How are you? How's things? Let's do a chat overlay. There we go. We've got it running. Super duper duper. Katie Cat. I think I'm getting his name right. Is your name Mike? My name is Mike. Welcome, Katie. I introduce myself at the start of each of my videos. Yeah. So still saying. By the way, who's new? Who needs a welcome? Who's new? TJ, yeah, well, that sticker is well on the way to you now. It must be sailing across the ocean as we speak. Visible, thank you very much. By the way, visible friend Lee, some fantastic art in the Discord. Loving it. There you go. It's a sign that you need more animals, Katie Cat. Well, with a thing like that, you're in the right place. First stream here, Juffa. Welcome. Nice to see you. How did you find the channel? Actually, do you know what? I shouldn't be giving you too much work to do. I shouldn't be scaring people off by saying, hey, everybody, say hello. Ginny Wild, yes, you can. Welcome. That's okay. I can put my name on for you if it helps. I can put a name badge. Laura Bury, how's it going? Hey, welcome. Hey, Helen. please tell me that the box of bits did go to all you were able to distribute it. I was going to put a note in there, but I figured you'd figure it out, and I had to rush to the post office. So, if you've won a book, by the way, from Tea and Tales, they've gone now. Actually, we've got new Tea and Tales coming up. Let me take the overlay off so I can show you. I've got this. What I mean when I say I'm autistic. This has been really highly recommended. Unpuzzling a Life on the Autism Spectrum by Annie Kotowitz. Here she is on the back. Oh, hey, sorry. Apologies if I got the gender wrong. No, I didn't. I got it right. A late diagnosed autistic woman and creator of the blog Neuro Beautiful. Anyway, it's really easy read, I think. Do you know what? Actually, it's quite small print, so it gets away with it being a small book. I reckon this is one cup of tea book. So we can do this. We can do this. This will be good. This will be on the Tea and Tales. There's also going to be another book. I've pre-ordered it. I've forgotten what it's called. Oh, it's a children's book for 8-year-olds. So we'll read that and we'll go through that too. So anyway, someone's going to get this, so we'll get that on the way. I just finished watching Meg's video on Autism Speaks' rebrand. Goodness me. Unpuzzling, I like the subtitle, just throwing shade at the puzzle piece. Yes, exactly. Ron McNeil, hello. How's Glenn, by the way? We have a Meg. Autism Speaks makes me really angry. Yeah, me too. We can actually talk about it. But realistically, if you haven't seen I'm Autistic Now What, my friend Meg made a video and it's really well researched. It's unbelievably well put together. It flows beautifully. It is the standard for autism content, I think, on the internet. Although it did take many days to make. So yeah, really good video on... No, they haven't ditched the puzzle piece, Yannicka. Do you know what they've done? They've got a consultant in to do... it's a lady who's autistic, which means that Autism Speaks now has at least 2 autistic people in it. And she's been making a series of videos on their channel debunking misconceptions. Unfortunately, she's doing such a terrible job because she's kind of proving the point. Yeah, exactly. Lots of love for Meg's video. That is a hell of a good video. That's how it should be. The Autism Speaks rebrand is gaslighty. Oh, by the way, no, it's not up for debate. The Autism Speaks rebrand is hella gaslighty. It's oh, well, no, we're not like that at all. And it's like, well, you were for a very long time. Are you sure? Are you sure now? There you go. Wow, 2 whole autistic people. Good job, Autism Speaks. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I really like Meg's video on that. I should definitely reshare it. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, honestly, she pulled that out of nowhere. She didn't mention she was doing it. She just did it, and it's great. So much love for Meg in here. My goodness. Yeah, so definitely watch Meg's video. But basically, she took a deep dive into Autism Speaks' rebrand. And it's not really a rebrand, actually. They've got a content creator creating content for them now. And it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Yeah. I will do that. I'll do it right now. Because it's a good video. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Copy and paste. There it is. It's in the chat. So go ahead and bookmark that. Scott, damage. Yeah, it's like damage control. But yeah, ABA stuff is pretty bad. I mean, to be honest, I keep thinking, hey, I'm going to make some like. I need to have a little conversation about Autism Speaks. Now, an interesting one. I'd like to ask you guys this because I haven't seen. Please let me know. Have any of you seen the content creators, the autism content creators, my fellow colleagues, videos with Autism Speaks? Some of them have been there. Kaylin Parlow is on the Autism Speaks website. We're speaking with them. Now, to be fair, she actually does a lot of really good work. And sometimes it's helpful to have someone inside the tent, is a phrase that's often used when talking about governments and lobbying inside the tent. So to have somebody inside the tent going, maybe like this stuff isn't perceived well because you don't electrocute people. You don't take away people's preferred foods because they're not behaving in the way you want them to. You don't want to. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes like a little, hey, don't do it like that. That's really, really bad. Sometimes that's what's needed. But they are. Oh, do I need to take the link down? No, General. I don't want to send more people to me. I'm just messing. Yeah, so basically, restraints, abuse of power, that sort of thing. They forget their original mission statement really is to find a cure and eradicate autism, but they forget what they mean to set out. They mean to be there for. They mean to be there for the autism community. And in their annual accounts, they spent $422,000 on what they call science and autism grants and things. They're not specific about it. They don't split it out. But their CEO earns about $500,000 a year. Actually, they take home more than they actually give out to autistic people. They're not actually there for autistic people at all, actually. It doesn't require that much digging, but I will say that the way Meg put it together was very, very, very good. Autism addict, yeah, it is. I don't want to say the word, but yeah, it is. I can only say so much on YouTube, by the way. But for those of you in the Scratching Post Discord, you may notice a slightly different approach to content on there. Slightly different. There's no YouTube police going on. Mimic Octo. We had a Disney Fest last time. Who's the cash behind them? The cash behind them is everything you see. Whenever you see, for example, here you go. I'll respond here. I need to put that away because I'm clicking it, but it's I'm on a PC. That doesn't work. The cash behind Autism Speaks is every person who donates at one of their fundraisers. Every one of those organisations that covers their emergency response vehicles in puzzle pieces, colourful puzzle pieces. Every single time somebody buys one of their little blue ribbons and lights it up blue for autism, anything like that funds the machine, which predominantly, its main priority is itself, so it funds itself, it feeds its executive with an awful lot of money. They spend a huge amount of money on that. To be fair, I have been a director of national charities. I'm not unfamiliar with what it's like to be on the board of large charities. I've been on the board of charities that are even bigger than Autism Speaks and ones that are much, much smaller. So I get it, okay? I get it. But I get the need for an executive and to pay them well and whatever. Not $500,000 a year. My goodness me, that's taking the piss. But the cash behind them is people. It's everybody. And I think it helps actually to explain why the autism community is not that keen on them. No, it's got nothing to do with religion really. But yeah, it's people. It's everyone. And Meg's video covering it is amazing. So this isn't really the angle. Visibly, it's not the angle. So the angle isn't to make autism disappear for the future. Some of the research is in there's a ton of their research projects. An awful lot of their programs are on comorbidities of autism, and with a focus on early interventions. So what they're looking for is identification. Look, let's be frank, right? Autism can be identified fairly easily. It doesn't require some high-level spell from a master arcane autism wizard. It's not actually that difficult, and it's not that uncommon and that rare, right? But looking for, and we're not talking about support needs here. We're talking about autism, neurodivergence, actually more generally, and essentially finding a test, an in vitro test, and then parents can decide whether or not they want to have that autistic child or not. I mean, that's one angle to it. The other angle to it is that conversation even just that culture just pervades a nasty pathology about autistic people. And if you here in this chat, in this room, on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, wherever, right, and in your personal lives, you are out autistic to even one person, then they are more likely to come across this Autism Speaks culture. Autism Speaks pushes its fundraising messaging and its pathological messaging really, really hard. Now, that's not to say that they don't have content saying, we've done harm. Oops, we're sorry. There is actually a page, by the way, that says, oops, sorry for the I Am Autism advert. But it wasn't like a one-off mistake, by the way. That's been the board's culture since whenever. And one of my previous videos, I think it was a video a couple of weeks ago, it might maybe be my dyspraxia one. I'm really sorry. All of my days are blurring into one right now. But I go through the details about how Autism Speaks was founded, the mission statement, the culture behind it, the research behind it, the dodgy psychology behind it. And my God, is psychology not bizarre field right now? I mean, it's one of the more disrespected sciences. It doesn't really qualify as a science, really. I don't think it's a science. Can I say that? I think I can. Right, where are we? I'm sorry, everybody. I was ignoring you then. I was having a bit of an info dump. Hey, you're welcome. I'm just glad we're not in it on our own. Does that make sense? I think probably, like, if you want to know where my culture is coming from, my hidden agenda, if you will, it's not really hidden, but like, it's just, you're not alone. Pardon me. If you can get that through, that you're not alone, that's the most important thing. Where you go from there is kind of up to you, but the Scratching Post Discord, fantastic place. The autism community at large on YouTube, fantastic place. I'm really proud, if I can say that word without sounding a bit infantilizing, about the autism community in general, that it is generally very, very welcoming and respectful towards those who self-identify and exploring and looking for community. Working really hard against the harms, by the way. And this is great because there's more. I don't want to do an us versus them thing. It's so hard. Us versus them is, in-group, out-group stuff. But but it is though, isn't it? Autism Speaks has set itself against the autistic community. It's literally like, why have you done that, guys? Exactly. And I'm on a warning from YouTube for medical misinformation, even though I was debunking medical misinformation. Anyway, look, they're still on about the vaccines. They're still banging on about it. One of their research projects ongoing is into whether or not, check this out, whether or not, I don't want to say the word vaccines too often. Oh, you know what? Anti-vaxxers have spoiled it for us. YouTube's gonna kill the stream. Do you know what I mean? But like, the effects of that are the side effects causing autism symptoms. As well, symptoms is a bit of a pathologist thing, language, traits might be better. Effects, maybe a better word. But anyway, they're still banging on about it. Andrew Wakefield's 90s paper, they're still on that. They won't let that go like a dog with a bone. They're still on it. Now look, is there not autism research to be done? Hell yeah, there is. Hell yeah, there is. But not like that. I've got until the end of July, and then the warnings disappears. Okay, and then I get another go. Yannicke, it is, and you'll be pleased to know that outside of the US, where we live, we don't have that issue. In our, autism organizations, from what I can see, this is a US specific problem. But with the with regards to the internet, with regards to people searching Google for information about autism. I mean, hell, if you ask ChatGPT for information about autism, it will throw you Autism Speaks talking points over and over again. So it's like it's baked into culture. Autism Speaks have done a great job over the past couple of decades, baking their talking points into the discussion and the narrative about autism. And it pisses me off because it's like, it's not nice, is it, when people put words in your mouth and say, you're like this, aren't you? You know, it's a little fraction. I don't know. I don't want to make intense comparisons here, but it's hard not to avoid the comparisons to homosexuality and the way that was treated by psychologists in the 60s, where Autism Speaks' culture still comes from. They're still stuck back in the 60s. I'm not talking Austin Powers fun 60s. I'm talking about 20 years after the thing that happened. Madam Nausicaa, we're great, by the way. We're great. I don't know. I've been watching videos on the internet and it's setting me off on one. I don't know what to tell you. That's what's happened. Automatic test for neurotypicals. Exactly. Because, look, I'm not saying there aren't problems and there aren't traits that cause issues, irrespective. Let's say the zombie apocalypse scenario. They're not researching that. They're not researching things to improve the lot of autistic people. Okay, how about this? Autistic people are okay. I'll say it how it is, but I don't like the wording. But of all of the disability demographics, autism second only to learning disabilities in underemployment, employment difficulties. I'm going to address some of this in videos. I promise. I've been preparing behind the scenes content on interviews, jobs, work, all the stuff. I'll just lay it out. Why not? I'm not saying that's the cure, but it'll help. The problem is, and it really is, it's a bit of an issue, this is a bit of a problem, is that Autism Speaks does nothing towards that at all. They don't seem to give a shit about that. And the fact of the matter is employment and having an income in our capitalist society, being able to eat. Do you know what I'm saying? Being able to make our lives a bit more comfortable. Come on, Autism Speaks. They could do that. They could put some stuff together for that, but they won't. Not that they don't know that this is a problem. They just won't do anything towards it because they want to say, essentially, that we shouldn't exist. Therein is the problem. So I wouldn't like to say that Autism Speaks are looking for a cure, because that's not really what they're looking for. They're looking for a cure in the same way you would burn a book to make it go away. Okay. Yeah, exactly. The Autism Society the National Autistic Society in the UK is pretty damn good. They were the ones that came up with the crying child in a puzzle piece. It all stemmed from the National Autistic Society in the UK. And guess what? They dropped it. They went, do you know what? It's a bit fucking offensive. We'll just get rid of it. And then for a decade or more, the puzzle piece and the connotations around it were dropped until it was picked up in 2000. No, they're trying to make it. They're trying to make it gone. Yeah, sort of. I mean, look, Autism Speaks have created an assessment tool for infants. as is their focus. TJ, how are you doing? Yes. So the Autism Speaks have put out a video saying that they are not a hate group. With some jingly music. I guess a bit like I'm doing right now, saying that they are, I guess. And technically, it's not the G word if autistic people were never born. We are, it's a bit tricky. I didn't realize that. Nordica Autism Society in Maine can't even tell you who's qualified to assess here in Maine. That's really bad. What they should have is a page on their website with a bunch of neuroaffirmative. By the way. I've had this thrown at me a little bit. The whole kind of, why would you see someone that's neuroaffirmative? Usually conflating it with gender affirmative. Which I don't want to do right now, because what I'm trying to say is you can't pathologize every single trait of somebody. Oh man, I mean, look, say eye contact, right? That's not actually something that is in the DSM-5 TR or the ICD. But we pathologize it quite strongly and use that in society. Royal we, not you and not us. We're the cool people. Welcome, by the way. You've made it into the cool side of the internet. But these things shouldn't be used. You see, the jewels is. What's quite funny is, I don't know if you've heard you've ever heard the joke. It's a joke, what I'm about to say, okay? The sarcasm, it's a joke. It's quite a funny joke. Obviously, like all jokes, there's like little strings of truth in there that get conflated. But anyway, it's this. And it's that if you don't know who the insert derogatory term here is in the group, it's you. So for example, if you don't know who the, let's say, idiot is in the group, then it's you. If you don't know who it is, if you can't, Autism Speaks is that. If they are saying, well, I don't know why you would think we're a hate group. That's not us. It's like, look, a million people seem to think it is you and have given really good justification for for why. Don't you want to rethink yourself a little bit? I would just shut the whole damn thing down and start it again, honestly. I don't even know if we are the minority, by the way. I can put the overlay back on. There we are. It's a little bit more. I don't think we are in the minority. There's more autistic people than there are people, or Autism Speaks members, for example. Jeffrey Pollen, hi from New York City, just starting out on a nature trail. Goodbye, take care, enjoy your nature trail. That sounds really, really interesting. I love a good nature trail. I love it. Hope you have a really lovely time. Spot some stuff you maybe haven't seen before. That'd be cool. Right, I'm reading the chat. I'm reading the chat. Ashley Jen, welcome. Okay, so I'm sorry. Look, if you've just tuned in, by the way, we're all having a. I say we're all. I mean, I'm a terrible host, I think. Like I leave you waiting for a couple of minutes, and then I rock up, and then I'm just talking about Autism Speaks. God damn it, Meg. But the issue is sorry, somebody say something. Hey Gwen, how's it going? But I just watched Meg's video on Autism Speaks, and I didn't realize that they were well, I don't know if it's a rebrand, but they are kind of undertaking this rebranding exercise, and it's pretty appalling. I'm an ex-trustee, director, board member of charities. Most recently, an SPCA for 3 years. And I know how hard it is to operate as a charity when you're appealing for legacies, for unrestricted income spend. Oh, here's a fun one for you. When people donate large sums of money to a charity, they tend not to go, here's a bunch of money. Like, sometimes when their wills or legacies, they'll do that. That's kind of what you want. You want people, when they're about to shuffle off the mortal coil, to give you all of their money. As a charity, I'm saying. But people will donate, living people will donate in two ways. They'll donate for unrestricted donations. So basically, if you go put money in a pot or whatever, or you buy some merchandise, or you donate on the website, that all goes into this unrestricted spends pot. But if you're the sort of person that they want, I mean, if you're paying your CEO $500,000 a year, plus extras, then you're going to need a bit more than Girl Scout cookie money. You need some big money. And people will donate specifically for reasons. They will say, here is $1,000 for your autism research. Like cancer research, they'll be like, here's $1,000 for autism research. Not the same. Not the same. Literally, I got my late cat from the SSPC. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, cats are cool. I'm gonna put that on here. Jansen, awesome. Me too. What makes me feel calm and reasonable? If this level is calm and reasonable, we got a problem. We got a really big problem. But basically, look, the issue is that they need this unrestricted income, which means they can spend into what they want. I think, and this is my gut feeling, because they do not split this money on their accounts, which they should do, by the way. There's a website called Charity Navigator, and it allows you to do due diligence on charities. And for many, many years, Autism Speaks got the lowest score. They were a really bad charity. Whereas now, they... I'm sorry, my brain just went for a moment. And now they actually get quite good results on Charity Navigator. So they are gaming the system quite well. Leslie. Calm and reasonable because no rant man. Yannicka, yes. Let's talk about cats. Hydrate all. I've run out of hydration. I'm going to need to top up in a minute. But it doesn't work like that. Look, I have autistic inertia. Okay, hang on 1 second. Oh no! At least it was empty. Some of you snails will recognise this. This is Laura Jellycat. I like him. His name is Sammy. Sammy can be our guest for this particular rant, because if it wasn't for Meg's video, the snail is from Meg, incidentally. Here we go. Just a little Meg promo here for starting it all. There we go. There's another snail there. Okay. Right. We're gonna go rant now. we're gonna go rant. Look. Partial disclosure. It sort of doesn't hugely matter in the grand scheme of things what content creators, if any, you choose to support financially, or you want to access exclusive content or whatever. The fact that many people choose to do that is massively helpful. It actually means content can get created. I don't know what to say. It just does. Like, in my last video on Patreon, I explained a few ways in which the money's been spent. But yeah, it definitely helps. You worked in Imagineering at Disney. What's your favorite Disney? William Hogan. What's your favorite Disney? In the 90s, that is like the golden years of Disney. That is the golden years of Disney. Like, that is like Disney's golden time. That is so cool. Like, from that era, they were all good. Do you know what? There wasn't a bad Disney film in that era. That's amazing. That is very cool. Very autism friendly, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. Right. Okay. So here's where we're going. I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish my complaint. Okay. I'm going to finish my complaint about. I've got lots of buttons to press here. Hang on. Right. I'm going to finish my complaint about the thing. Okay. We'll do it. We'll do Meg's video. Okay. Because. I think Meg deserves some recognition for that last video. It was pretty good, and also the first to mention. And we also do need to have a little talk about Autism Speaks' rebrand, because it is a load of bollocks. But I was surprised to hear anyway. Right, so news to me, like big news to me, really, is that other content creators have chosen to interact with Autism Speaks. So Dan from the Aspie World had a collaboration with a guest on his channel where they talked about Autism Speaks. And Dan's view, and I wish to explain it as clearly as I possibly can. And thank you, by the way, Leslie, for telling us about this in the Scratching Post Discord. I wouldn't have known otherwise. Thank you very much for sharing that. His view was that Autism Speaks has got a big reach, lots and lots of funds, and that I really don't want to misinterpret. I want to be pure in this communication, and that he feels like the negative backlash that they receive is possibly a bit unfair. I disagree vehemently, like vehemently. They don't do any good, really, at all. Like, and if they are effective, they're very inefficient, which is probably not a bad thing. But I disagree with Dan. I've dropped him a message. Dan and I are not saying we're not friends, but like we're not in contact. Wendy's asked. Wendy, hello. What, in your opinion, would Autism Speaks have to do to actually undo the bad things from the past? Pretty straightforward, really. I'm going to get a little bit religious on you now and just say that they need to repent. They actually literally need to say, look, this is our culture from the past. This is what we have done. This is what we stood for. This is what we've done. All they've done, by the way, is say, that I Am Autism advert, that's a bad one. Sorry, oops. We don't like that anymore. But they've done an awful lot more than that. They need to literally account for it. And then they need to kind of put it right. They need to start putting it right. One of the ways they can do that is by replacing their board. This is a fairly dramatic dramatic thing to do, but it would be a good show of faith. Their leadership is wrong. It needs to be redone. An extraordinary, I'd accept an EGM with a similar proposal to that. A change in priorities. I would also expect them to bring in an independent third party to audit their business practices and processes in line with best practice. Those are my 3 things. By the way, I've never considered this before, but I do have experience in governance, and I would say those 3 things. So the first thing to do is own it. Own what you've done. Own it all. The whole vaccinations, and autism thing, right? Own it. They very much are that and have been that very strongly. Own it and go, yep, we are junk science people. We've done that. They may need to repay people's donations, by the way, and go, look, you gave us money and we misspent it. They should repay. CEO fired immediately. The board members should be replaced. 3 things. Own it. Completely remove the board. And change priorities. I think that would be acceptable. That would work. There is space for a charity to support a disability group. But we can replace it with any other disability. Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. I wasn't reading the chat. I'll pop the chat back on screen. Laura Reed. Was I just major off? Was I major off piste? I will defend my points to the death there. The board isn't. There's one autistic person on the board apparently, and there's at least one more peer person with an autistic nephew. Always from the top, cut and change. Yeah, absolutely, totally cut and change. Oh, look at that! Off topic from Mike, but visible friend. Good luck with creating a board game. That sounds really good fun. Oh, let us know when you've created the board game. I make the board walk the plank at Disneyland. Do you know what? Literally that would work brilliantly. Even a publicity stunt. They can actually go, right, these board members. Yeah. I work for a biotech research non-profit and I'm on the board of 8 people. That makes 2 autistic people and 1 ADHD person on the board. Not bad. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Helen, you can't rant and read. Essentially, I don't know if you've noticed this with me or others yourself even. But like other parts, it's a bit like, look, hey, Star Trek people represent, okay? You have to divert all power to reason and speech. Do you know what I mean? And that means there's nothing left for appearing, quote unquote, normal, typical. You have to just... DJ. I don't know about that. But yeah. Hey Anne, how's it going? Right, I'm gonna go get a drink. I think everyone should get a drink. You can leave the stream running while you go get a drink. But yeah, that's that too. Wendy, but would they be believed if they repent? Yeah, can do. Yeah, absolutely. Let's just go. Repent literally means. I'm not going to do the ontology here because I'm a bit rusty, but it literally means 180 degrees. It literally means actions. It's not just words. Like, oops, I fucked up. Sorry. Oh, never mind. My bad. It's not sufficient. 180 degree direction turn and go the other way. That can be believed. That's and even if it's not honest, spending that money, helping them, they could literally change their funding priorities, take their millions and literally spend it helping autistic people in employment. Do you know what they could do? They could buy plushies and noise cancelling headphones and distribute them to autistic people in need. How about that? I got more ideas. Don't give them all away right now. There's room for this. There's room for people. There's room to help people. How about people with housing difficulties? How about a grant for that? Do you know what I mean? Rent counselling. Yeah, I think they'd be believed if they did that. That would work. Right. I'm not sure if I can listen to Mike and read the chat at the same time. Jaffa, what I tend to do, I have done in the past, is actually read the chat, as in like read it out loud. Yannick, skull. Right, I'm going to go and get a brew. I'll see. Look, we've got Julian. Yes, Julian. And Hydra's on the floor, looking like a bearded dragon. I'll be right back. Wait. Some of you haven't seen it. I love it. Right, hang on. Here you go. I'll be back before this movie's over. Just this one.
She takes flight, a fluffy force, a beacon of light, with a man of fury and a heart so pure. Hydra the cat, ready to endure. She prowls the land with eyes of gold. Hydra the cat, ready to endure. She prowls the land with eyes of gold. Concentrate on the dot. Hydra reminds us all to hydrate on the dot. Hydra, the king with the fiery roar. She's here to rock our souls to the core. In a pause we find connection so free. Hydra the cat, reminding us to be free.
Look, I did make it back, but I had some buttons to press. Like, do you know what I mean? I had to press some buttons. What do you think of the Hydra song, by the way? I haven't seen it. What did I miss? This is a bit weird, by the way. I'm staring at Sandy Snell. It's a bit strange. It's like really strange. What am I doing? I have the MP3 I want to buy. That's not the deal, Yannick. And you've got another garden client. It's amazing. Where did level 2, level 3 autistics? What about giving them caretakers support? Yeah, do it. There's tons of yeah. They don't do anything, by the way. Hey Isabella, how's it going? Play Hydra, so hydrate song, go drink, exactly. So I'm not quite done. Some people say let it all out and you'll feel better. I don't know if it works. I might be able to do, yeah, I can stream Elements You. I don't know, it takes up a lot of space. Yeah, I do you know what? I just, nah, do not like. But on the flip side, it can be done really, really well. The National Autistic Society seem to be, I don't actually know, but they seem to be pretty sensible, a pretty sensible lot. And the website is full of amazing resources, by the way. So for those of you in the US, if you're looking for an autistic charity, National Autistic Society UK, have a little look. You're looking for resources, it's a good place to be. I'm echoing. you sure? Are you sure? Am I echoing now? Should be okay. Yes, I'm live. Am I not live? I should definitely... I'm definitely here. I'm here, right? Is it my brain that's broken? Could you try disconnecting from the live and coming back in? F for invisible, thank you. I think I'm probably okay right now. There was a possibility of some echo. Thanks, TJ. There's a possibility of some echo earlier on. But Jason S. Hey, Jason, how's it going? I was tempted to make a coffee, but there's not enough time in the entire Hydra song. The Hydra song is like 1.5 minutes. I can't make a coffee in 90 seconds because I'm not like crazy about espresso. Well, I will have an espresso, but if the espresso is like too bitter or it smells a bit cigarette-y or something, I just espresso can either be, this is actually quite nice, or no, I'm going to vomit. I've literally thrown up from an espresso before. I didn't want to take the risk. I've just got squash. Ryan talked about auditory sensory differences. Echo is a problem. Yes, exactly, which is why I'm trying to not have any echo. I'm trying to keep the quality as good as I possibly can. Note my background music experiment with some of my videos. Actually, no, it's not really an experiment. I had some uncomfortable noise, which I really struggled to EQ for some of my videos. I don't think anyone will really notice. And now I've pointed it out, you might. And I had to use some background music to cover it. Just a bit of classical light music. Some people like it, some people don't like it. Everyone lets me know. We're not shy with our opinions, are we, as a group? No echo in Berlin. Hey, Katzin. The odd she stopped in my mind again. Like, no more things. Yeah. Oh, when I told my close friends I was autistic, they were like, we know. This is the reaction. Were they autistic too? Exactly. Like, if I rush it. So what I will do is I will rush it and then put some foamed oat milk on top and just drink that. That's like my go-to. So it's tea, maybe one of those. Maybe I'll do like 1 or 2 of those a day. Depends how groggy I'm feeling. Sometimes it's like I just need the coffee, like pick me up a bit. Ah, cool. This is good. The 97 coffee challenge. Like, yeah, honestly, I've got to run, make the coffee. No tea fairy today. She's currently in the garden doing some gardening. TJ, I'm usually one saying I know because I was the first in my friend circle of exclusively autistic people to find out I was autistic. Returned to the hive with interesting info. Espresso in the UK is a very hard topic for you? Why? Well, how so? How so? There you go. Oh, by the way, some water tastes different to other water. You almost certainly know this. You know, tap water versus, hard water, soft water. Oh, Chemex. I no longer have a Chemex flask. 13 cats, don't ask. I tend to get in a rut and then once in a while I'll switch up my brew method and go with something else for a few months. Nice. Nice. I had a Chemex as well. It's nice. It's contemplative coffee making. All right, yeah, okay, we'll place a bet. I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe. I'm originally from Italy. Ah, yeah, okay. So like in Rome, it's a sacred substance. I'm not sure like when that happened because coffee's not native to, well, I mean, I guess sort of cattle herders, in the Bronze Age originally finding coffee, also is thought. So yeah, could be. It's like tea and Brits. Like tea is not really, I mean, it is traditionally British, like Victorian era, but not so much earlier. Not shy. No background music. You're a bit behind, I think. Fast forward if you're a bit. I think you're about 5 minutes behind in the stream. You won't know this for another 5 minutes. Nice. A Chinese coworker who just drank hot water. Interesting. Maybe it was like a really, 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 really weak green tea. TJ, I only have a drip machine right now. I need an espresso maker, a Chemex, French press, and a mocha pot, and a burr grinder. I take coffee more seriously than my living situation allows me to. Water without plastic balls. Oh my goodness. Hot water. I mean, I can imagine worse things to start your day with. Hot water with a slice of lemon in it, maybe? Hey, Madam Nordica, welcome on Twitch. Kind of incredible, really. What's horrible here? I have to sugar my tea. Water is so soft here. It's incredible. There's no lime scale or anything. It's so soft. Versus South England, where the water basically comes out like chalk. Literally. Oh, coffee. So much better than Autism Speaks, honestly. Do you know what? If I took them over, maybe I'd turn them into a chain of coffee shops. You can have a drink and a schmuck. A slice of cake. Our scales are cut every 3 days. Hell yeah, exactly. Like the whole of southeast England, like where we were, was just like, it's just like chalk season. Taste of Cliffs of Dover in every cup. Yeah. And like showers, just constantly. And needing to buy like Viacal, other products are available, and things like limescale remover, because you get limescale on everything. Yep. Super soft here. Super, super soft. It's just treated rainwater, I think. Listen to the music and find it soothing. Yeah. I put the music, when I've had it as a backing, I've put it down to like minus 27 dB. That's really low for those that don't follow sound stuff. But just, a bit above the noise floor, because there was noise and I just couldn't figure it out. It turns out I had a dodgy 3.5mm jack. But I don't know. It's all solo video making. Is DJ putting chili in his? I miss my Norwegian water. Oh, Norwegian water from the fjords. Is it soft as well? I'd like to visit Norway one day. It's on my list. We have a reverse osmosis machine. Wow. Nice. Nice. I dread to think how much plastic is floating around in my bloodstream. And yours too. You can't get away from it. I'm sorry. I went to San Francisco. I had to buy scrub gloves because it made my skin so dry. Or I die, I'll be a pile of plastic. Who posted in the Discord something about Barbie? Just like we've all got like bits of Barbie doll in us or something. It's quite funny. You have a soothing accent, Mike. I love the internet's ability to connect people from all over. This is key. Like, we hear about the negative stuff, don't we? We hear about like extremism and about the really nasty stuff. But actually, the internet's original purpose, well, for science. Sorry, I hear noises outside, and then it's like my entire attention is like kadoof. Yay for monotropism. But yeah, it's really good because it pulls people together of all sorts. There's all kinds of things you can learn. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. There's all kinds of communities now. It's brilliant. It's the best. So like, double-edged sword. It also means, particularly for autistic people, I think it's a massive advantage. Unless you're an autistic person and you fall in with like the red pill gang and you become like an angry incel. Heart goes out to them, honestly. But like, yeah, I mean, it's mostly good. I think the internet's mostly good. The scratchy post is good. We're good. Okay. We got this. Hey, Layla P. How's it going? If that's true, Anne, I'm going to get Duolingo. Manx is a dead language, but it would be there's a school here that speak in Manx. So the kids have like a secret language growing up. As for my accent, by the way, I don't know. I don't like listening to myself, but since starting my channel, I no longer cringe when I hear my voice. Like if I'm editing or whatever, and like my voice starts playing, it used to really, oh my God, it used to make me shrivel up. It doesn't anymore. I'm kind of getting used to it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what accent I have. It confuses people. In the UK anyway, we've got regional accents. You can drive for an hour and have 3 different regional accents. You could probably do more than that. It's not a dead language, Kara. The last native speaker died a few decades ago. Ergo dead language. But it's good to keep going. If Duolingo brings it in, I will start. I will learn more Manx and bring it back into this little section up here. Yeah, I reckon Southeast too. I spent 10 years in Farnborough. Aldershot before then, home of the British Army. So kind of like quite a bit of Southeast. TJ, I think this is because we hear ourselves like, you know, like an acoustic guitar, if you have a microphone inside the guitar and you hear that from the perspective of being inside the guitar. That's kind of how we hear our own voice, isn't it? Because we're hearing it inside our head, which kind of changes how we sound to ourselves. But that's not how we actually sound. That's not how, the way other people hear us is how we actually sound. So I think it is weird. It is, I promise you it's, well, you all know this, can't you? But like, I feel like I've gotten over it now and I no longer cringe. Sometimes I cringe about the stuff I'm saying and then I edit it out. I think that's why a lot of YouTubers don't do lives. Chance noticed that I had a Midlands accent and I'm often asked by locals where I'm from. I've lived here for most of my life. That's really funny. That's really funny. I'm a German native speaker. Mein Deutsch is nicht so good. I say it all the time. Apparently he's picked a British accent the last 2 years. Do you know what? Learning German in Germany is really hard because it's just so hard to do. Yeah, your chest as well. That's true. Automatic. That's true. That's true. You get like try it now. Try talking and put your hand on your chest and say something. Yeah, there's an awful lot of vibration, isn't there? There's a lot of reverberation. This is how I feel, Stephanie Alexandra. I don't think I have a discernible accent. Yeah, that's how I feel. I've picked up far too much, like little bits and pieces. I am way behind in the chat. I'm sorry. I know it's really annoying when there's a live stream of any content creators live stream, and then they're like, 10 minutes back in the discussion. Proudly autistic Karens have suggested we might have an autism accent. I thought that was an interesting hypothesis. Oh, I've heard of the autism look. But an accent? Is that... This is new to me. I've heard the autism look comes up all the time, but autism accent? You mean a flat effect? Like, you know, just speaking with flat effect, monotone, not having any sort of melody to your voice and just speaking just flat effect. Is it like that? Oh, happy birthday, Layla P. Happy birthday. Mix of a few different accents, dialects. General, do you think that's because of like a bit of travel or because of people you listen to? Because I reckon the internet has changed things now. I reckon because we can access content from all over. It's not like you listen to a TV channel. Like when I was growing up, there was one TV channel. I was in Germany, lived in Germany, born in Germany, and we had one British channel. So basically people you hear, voices you hear, tend to be like your own, and you have this sort of like monotone, mono accent kind of culture. Whereas now, because of the internet and people listen to, there's an awful lot of Americanisms now. It's kind of built into the way people talk. Actually, as a former voice teacher, I can tell you that for people who don't have good pitch, we'll tell them to play the pitch on a piano or guitar while touching it to feel the vibration. Hey, okay. I can see that. I can see that. That's cool. Thanks for sharing. Jason S. I just started Adderall in the last couple of weeks. The first dose was incredible. Like a cathedral opened up inside my head. Jason S. I want to hear more about this. Tell me. Tell us. So could you guys please teach me? I'm like, there's a bunch of people in the chat, but I would like you to educate me, please, for free. Could you please tell me what this autism accent is? TJ is like, damn right, there's an autism accent. What is the autism accent? Autistic accent. An autistic accent is when you don't sound like where you're from, slightly posher. Oh, like speaking more formally. Yeah, true. I mean, I'm not posh. I think I sound posher. I used to play online games back in the early 2000s, and one of my teammates used to refer to me as Croquet Boy because he thought I was posh. And for years he called me Croquet Boy, and we eventually met up at an astronomy event, funnily enough, and he never called me Croquet Boy again. Is it? We're all slightly posher than we think. Yeah, maybe that's true. Indie accent, BBC accent, yeah. That was definitely a thing. I don't know if BBC accent... Yeah, BBC definitely still has an accent, for sure. Yeah, posher, more BBC accent is how I think the autistic accent might sound. Okay. I'd like to learn a little bit more about this. This is kind of new to me. I mean, I'm... Yeah, exactly, Katie. I got to go research the autism accent too, because I don't know. Yeah, I need to... What is this? This is true, by the way. I had this shared experience with Quinn. Quinn and I had a call. We did a Zoom call, and we had a little chat. WhatsApp call, sorry. And we both had the same experience of people thinking we were taking the piss. Things like work colleagues, that sort of situation where we pick up inflections or accents from other people around us. And it doesn't go very well because people are like, that's not how you talk. Why are you doing that? And I feel like for me, nom burp, and obviously you've posted in here. Thank you so much. I feel like that is a sort of masking thing, isn't it? Trying to be like other people around us. I tend to overexpress as Lola P. My minimally verbal son's voice is very sing-songy. I was bullied at school. One of the reasons they gave is that I sounded posh. I seemed like I was better than anyone. I never said anything in school. I don't know where they came up with that. I had same as you. Would have been friends at school, guaranteed. There you go, Christopher Matthew. Same. Yeah, like what strikes me super interesting. Do you know what strikes me so much about the online autism community? Like so much. This. The one word. Same. So many experiences. We're all different, and in fact, regarding autism, spectrum traits, blah blah blah, human personality, blah 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 blah. But like, there's so many commonalities. Wendy, picking up on accents is definitely a masking thing. I think that's true. Scott, I picked up accents from everywhere I've lived. Yeah, and I think that's true. Like say for example, where other people, perhaps neurotypical people, may not be picking up on the accents. My accent's a combo of about 5 US regions. Amazing. There's no such thing as late concrete jungle. Well, actually there is, but not on these lives. Harriet. So this is how to do it if you're late. Just own it and go, hello. Autistic candlesticks. Went to meet on nobody ever believed I was a native Mainer. Interesting. I haven't had that one. The picking up accents thing is how I figured out my abusive is self-hating undiagnosed ADHD. Interesting. Switched to laptop with ready vegan pizza. Oh, I went to Domino's before the stream. And I've got 3 different flavors of vegan pizza. Unfortunately, they only had one plant-based garlic and herb sauce, which was disappointing. Stereotypical accent is monotone, but it can take many forms. My father spoke in a high-pitched country accent when he was socially nervous. It's a mask. It's really interesting because Nina notices it. She's like, when you're like socially nervous or whatever, I speak more. She says like we would say like a silver spoon in your mouth. So that means like people are born with a silver spoon in their mouth means like posh, basically. And I have a tendency if I'm like nervous to talk like super posh. So like. And other people that know me, you guys would pick up on it. You've heard me speaking in different circumstances. So you'd be like, why is Mike talking like that? Because I have a tendency to sort of speak posh. It's weird. I don't know why I do it. I wish I didn't, but I do. It's just a thing. Oh, what did I miss? I'm sorry. I've got YouTube Premium, which you can pay for using a VPN in a different country, and it costs for not very much money. I mean, literally like a couple of dollars a month. Hey, take care, Laura. I've started not doing that so much. This is a tactic the police use, by the way. Make you nervous, say something wrong. Write down your name as Sally or something, and then you have to correct them because that inner urge to correct them, and then you start over speaking and you incriminate yourself. It's pretty bad. Greta, we call posh being born with a gold spoon up the ass. That's cursed knowledge right there. Oh gosh. All right. How to say you made a money without without saying it. I have Premium too without a VPN. I'm joking. I'm picking on you slightly. The VPN trick definitely works. Does it not work anymore? Are you kidding? Because I'm still paying. I don't even remember what it is. I think it might be Saudi Riyals or India. I just picked a couple and refreshed the page and then subscribed just monthly. Oh, cool. Because like, okay, well, now you've said that. Now you've said that, you were like, oh, damn. Because I'm like, look, you can do this little workaround. And then I'm like, oh man, so you're paying for it without the workaround. Damn. Katie, have you noticed that I have a Patreon? I'm messing. Just remember, to Americans, everything in a British Isle sounds posh, including Cockney. Years and years ago, when I was in Canada, for a little while, people would genuinely ask me, many people who didn't know each other, they would say, do you know the Queen? And I thought they're taking the piss. And after the 10th one, it's like, what the hell? What? And yeah, and they wanted me to keep talking. I didn't speak like this so much. If you've watched my Patreon, it's a Cat and Tiger Tail exclusive video that I posted last night. There's a few minutes of me speaking in my 20s, and I do sound a bit different. Obviously, no posh microphone and so on, but you know. Yeah, YouTube I use all the time. YouTube is the subscription that I will go like in the cancelling order. It's the last one for me because I use it all the time. I watch so much YouTube. It's like for me, it's like education. It's like work. Like I'm a software engineer. I will watch tutorials. I will listen to people talking about releases of one thing or another on YouTube. I will listen to music on YouTube. I will watch comedy shows on YouTube. Hey, there was a John Oliver one about the UK election that you couldn't watch in the UK without having, or the other man, without having to use a VPN. That was really, really weird. But he did a funny 10-minute sketch or whatever. All that stuff, YouTube is fantastic. And then obviously you've got my favorite YouTubers I like to watch, and I'm uploading to YouTube as well. Like, I use YouTube a lot. YouTube's amazing. I just hope it doesn't change too much. Bad at change, but you know what I mean. I hope YouTube stays YouTube. Posh lollies? What's going on? Everybody. Click. T Fairy's been very busy in the garden, but look what's just arrived. Everybody remember to hydrate. Nina's just there, and Hydra's right here, but she's below the camera. Literally, Hydra is there. You guys are there. Hydra is here. You guys are there. Hydra is here. You guys are there. By the way, your trains versus stationary poll. The word stationary contains the word station. Yes. The other thing is, look, I made a typo. I made a typo in that poll. I used stationary rather than stationary. So many people corrected me. I wished I'd done that as a social engineering thing, but I didn't. It was an auto cucumber. What do you mean shameless? No flowers. Okay. Oh, good chat, guys. Good chat. Oh, where are we at? I got this from Meg. It is Sandy Snail. It is a jellycat. Actually, genuine hydration has arrived. Exactly. A brand name was called Posh. It had 5p lolly sweets. Oh, do you guys remember like penny sweets? I miss proper penny sweets. this. By the way, there is also, rather interestingly, rather fun. This is my belief, my hot take, but I think there is an autistic need to be a bit extra to correct people. I don't look. I'm just saying it because it's how I feel myself, and it's how I see it in other people. I'm just saying it out loud. But I think that if I were to make a poll and deliberately misspell something, I would get a hell of a lot of responses for correcting me. It happens a lot. Penny sweets. Not penny sweets. Penny. Oh, I've just done it, haven't I? You've just penny sweets, and you've just made me. See, you've just got me. Mini Spectrum, welcome. Me jelly cats are always connected to Purple Ella. Yay! I don't know Purple Ella. I should probably send her a message or something. Say hello. I really do need. Okay. Watch out for it. It'll happen at some point over the next few weeks. I'll do it. I can't not. I don't know how to explain it. I have explained it. I've explained the channel as the live streams being the ADHD side. Yannicka, before I knew I'm autistic, sometimes co-workers asked me to read their papers. I always responded by, do you mind if I use a red pen for the typos? And now, since you're working on unmasking, you just do it. You just... This is the thing, right? This is the thing. Okay, this is the thing. You've got to know that it's a cultural difference and that there's no malice intended. I think, look, sometimes people will correct and they'll be blunt and they'll try and show you up because they have a feeling they need to get from that. They need to feel superior. They feel sad. They feel rejected. They feel upset. They feel threatened. Therefore, they act in a certain way. But that isn't always the reason why somebody corrects you. I think this is kind of one of the issues autistic people have in the workplace. A really big issue, actually, is that they may, for example, accidentally threaten their boss. And I think it happens a lot. Like within the first hour, multiple times a day, that sort of thing. And I'm not saying like, oh, the autistic person's so smart, but like sometimes you just got to not do it. It's really difficult. Come Magic Snail, this is true. That's the flip side to what I just said. Yeah, which is I'm increasingly convinced that the only true neurotypical trait is being confident when you're completely wrong. I think that's true too. I think when you look across certain categories of society, like politicians, you see a group of people who, broadly speaking, not autistic. You look across engineers and stuff, right? You look across certain types of artists. You look across... don't say I haven't mentioned your group, therefore no shade intended. But what I'm trying to say is like there are very clearly certain areas. There are certain personality types. There are certain neurotypes that are attracted to certain things. And, you know, like being a politician, like being super confident when you're wrong. It's definitely neurotypical. Layla P, that is absolutely that's just objectively threatening. But like, I mean, like, in any way that would show someone up, the art of having a private conversation. A lot of this stuff doesn't actually, I would say, doesn't come naturally to us. I've been playing, well, I haven't lately, but before starting my YouTube channel, I was playing Baldur's Gate 3. It was a game I looked forward to a really long time because I played Baldur's Gate 2 when I was at uni. Baldur's Gate 1, I think it was actually at the time, on Neverwinter Nights. The old Baldur's Gates, and I really enjoy it. And so I've been likening a lot of things to Dungeons & Dragons lately in terms of things like character sheets. And Dungeons & Dragons is very much an autistic thing. There's no question about it. But like you can't have all the strengths. You can't have all of those. You have to kind of like pick. You have to balance out your character sheet. And one of the things I think that generally doesn't come very strongly to our class of neurotype are those kind of like social rules. I'm not saying they're all unnecessary and they're all bad, because it'd be easy for us to rubbish them in the same way that neurotypicals may rubbish our traits. But it's worth saying these are certain things that I think we can learn. It just takes a little bit longer. I mean, like, I passed my driving test. It just took me 5 times. I learned how to dive. It just took me several years. I'm actually quite good now. Oh, let's play D&D. Right, so there's a few of us in this group because I've never played D&D video games, but I've never played it. Tabletop. It would be quite cool to get an online group going to do that. Now, this is something I think Katja, the Auti artist, was working on. I wonder how far she's gotten with it. If she hasn't, we should all like try and progress this, because that could be really good fun. It's just a separate thing. But the modeling of character sheets, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, I've finished, but that's not really fair to say finished. If any of you have, even if you're not into video games, if you're able to experience this piece of art, do it. It's incredible. It's very rare that anything would be produced now that has... There's sections of Baldur's Gate 3, right, that would have cost them like $1 million to make, that no one ever sees, because it's like optional and only happens at certain... all of this sort of stuff, it's just incredible. Baldur's Gate 3 reminds me of Michelangelo when he was painting the Sistine Chapel. He is on record as being challenged on the why would you paint that detail? No one's ever going to see it. And he said, but I will see it. I think he may have made a phrase in there about God seeing it too, but like he was very much like, but I'll know, and I wanted it to be my best work. And that's how the producers, Larian of Baldur's Gate 3, have approached making it, which is just incredible. Jason S. So, Doorways to Danger. I was forced to watch at church this video called Doorways to Danger, and I was handed a bunch of chick tracts, and I was told that the devil was going to come in for my soul because of my taste in music and games and books, and they all went in the bin. So, I mean, it's not related to autism, but I'm just telling you, that's why I've never played it. I always got into conflicts with my bosses until I went to work at Disney. I do not have a PlayStation 5, but I do have a PC, which is reasonably well spec'd for work. So yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 works on this quite well. Someone actually, I can't remember who you are. You may be in the chat right now, but I was like, I've streamed games on this channel before, and I was like, I'm not sure I can stream this. And someone went and did the research and came back with like, yes, you can stream it, which I thought was really, really sweet. It was lovely hanging out. Have fun researching everything about the autistic accent. I'll see you in Scratching Post. No. Right. When I played D&D in the 80s, Wendy, I really don't want to be, because I want everything to be here to be as open to anybody with respect to autism and autistic content as possible. But I'm not an atheist as a result of the behaviour of the church. That's not why. but yeah, I've got a lot of experience. If any of you know the Alpha course, the Youth Alpha, I was one of the co-creators of that. Yeah, my laptop, Yannicke, I've got a MacBook Pro M2, and it struggles, but it works. But you have to turn everything down, and it's Power Wash Simulator looks really legit, guys. Autistic people, listen. Power Wash Simulator, which I heard of from Yannicke. It's not my style of the game. I'd never have found it. Steam would never have recommended it to me. But Power Wash Simulator actually looks really nice. And it's got a story mode. I applied to be on it and I didn't get in, but one of my classmates did. And it was the most exciting thing. I just dream, yeah, do it, yeah. Do. So, we one of the creators of the Alpha course. I'm going to do a separate video on religious matters because it comes up a lot. People ask, if you hear squeaking, it's Hydra. She's here squeaking. Yes is the answer. Youth Alpha. The Youth Alpha course I was, yes. My name is in the credits of Youth Alpha, or was, a long time ago now. I think my parents still have the books. But yep. It's a 6 weeks proselytizing course. Stardew Valley may well have saved my life. Also, it's broken into in days, so you can just break up the gameplay without being too involved. Stardew Valley, I've got a Nintendo Switch and a copy of Stardew Valley from CEX. No, it's not from CEX. I actually got it on the Nintendo Store, so it's on the Switch. I don't know anything about Stardew Valley. There's a character in there that eats rocks, and I keep messing up, and I keep dying when I go underground, and I've not done very much in Stardew, but I'd love to, and I hear it like it's very much an autistic thing. I would very much like to learn about it. I applied to do Crystal Maze as well. This was back in Germany. My goodness me. No, didn't get in, but they did one in the schools. There was like a school Crystal Maze like trip that you could go on. And apparently it was amazing and never got to go. But yeah, it was meet Richard O'Brien as well. What is there now? Yes. This, yeah, adventure. So now we're back into autistic after 40 now. But yeah, adventure game, BBC from the 80s, yes. And I have actually replayed it. There's a website, you can replay this game. And with a tutorial, I managed to complete it, which is great because I never got past some dwarf with an axe. But I used to play it over and over and over again. There's a phrase about gamers will optimize the fun given the chance. Oh, the creator of SimCity and The Sims. I think his name begins with S, but I can't remember. My brain's not telling me. Said that given the chance, gamers will optimize the fun out of games by micromanaging them. And I wonder if that's not also an autistic trait. This, I haven't managed to do it. I beat a tester for Fortnite. Oh, nice. Sid Meier. There you go. Why is it our brains will give us, well, mine anyway, my brain will give me like the first letter of something. I don't know if it is Sid Meier, but I think it is. I mean, he did Civilization. Did he do SimCity as well? So yeah, Sid Meier was Civ. There you go. Yeah, I thought Sims was Will Wright, maybe. Yeah. So my brain didn't give me the right answer. Yeah, Sid Meier was Civ. Civilization 5 has got an epic intro theme tune. It's in my work playlist. Letter P, first letter, yeah. Yeah, Jansen, my special interest is Fallout. Did you watch you've obviously have, if it's your special interest, if it's your passion, you probably have seen it. But was it on Netflix or Amazon Prime? I think it's on Amazon Prime. The Fallout series, I thought was really good. And if you've played Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, it's the same world. I thought it's done really well. That's it, Amazon Prime, yeah, cool. I used to play the early Civ games. I installed it. In my second and third year at uni, second year I started working on the support desk of a hospitality tech company. And we had very few calls very late at night, but we had nightclubs. And when they're doing their cash in and cash out, that sort of stuff at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. sometimes, we'd sometimes have night shifts. We'd often have night shifts, actually. Half the week was night shifts. And if I was on the night shift, I would play Civ in between calls. And some of the calls would come in actually electronically, but some of them were like telephone calls and we'd have to type them up and then solve them, but after typing them up. And yeah, I remember playing one of the early Civs. I don't know if it's Civ 1, but I think Civ 2, maybe. That was good fun. Oh, see you, Autism Addict. Good to see you again. Roller Coaster Tycoon. Sorry, Miggles harshly. iPhone Sims, isn't iPhone Sims? Yeah, we saw the first series or the first few episodes. What is it? It was on Apple TV. It was like free, well, I say free, you know, included. And it was really good. I think there's a second season now. I'd quite like to watch that. I was an evil god. I made destruction and puke. Alpha Centauri, yeah, the new one. Wool. What's the current plan in terms of... Aha. There's been more interest of survival Minecraft than our creative Minecraft, which we do need to play, by the way. And thank you, Lee, for updating the Yippies head with the 14K. The plan for survival Minecraft is to run it in seasons because obviously the dragon goes. That's kind of mission accomplished as far as survival Minecraft goes. And to start them in the summer holidays. So that's going to start in about 3 weeks. We'll start with our very first. Now, I was thinking about running prizes, but I decided against it in the end because the last thing we need is to give new people hyper-focuses that they shouldn't have because you've got a life to lead. And you'll end up hyper-focusing on survival Minecraft in order to win something at the end. But I think it would be cool. So I'll figure it out. A Twitch friend Chris Mose plays Minecraft. Yeah, cool. Yeah. You can replay the dragon though. Can we? Can we replay the dragon? So survival Minecraft, yes. I'm very strongly thinking in terms of seasons with a wipe. So don't get too involved with like creating the perfect house because it will end up getting wiped. But we could have some cool adventures in survival Minecraft. And I'm also thinking of running it just 24/7. The server can remain up, so people in other time zones can play. But it is possible to speed rush Minecraft. And I want to dissuade people from speed rushing it. So I've had a few thoughts about teams. But again, if you make it too competitive, too much fun, people will invest all the time in it to win, and it's kind of unfair on the people doing so because it's bad for you. Trust me on this, I will play games instead of work, given the chance. So, Cadson, no, we'll not start Minecraft, not while we're addiction in front of a screen. Exactly. You can replay Dragon if you place 4 end crystals the right way on the portal. I didn't know this. Do you know what? I used to play a lot of survival Minecraft with my son, but that was like 7-8 years ago. I am out of touch now on Minecraft. Didn't say exactly. Just hyper-focus on Discord. Here we go. I'll overlay you again. Exactly. I'm trying to like not make you guys like do you know what I'm saying? I think it's unhealthy. Like, don't take a casual game and turn it into a sport. Do you know what I mean? But it would be quite nice to do like a prize or something. Autistic AF, thanks for doing this. William Hogan. It's great to join this community. I gotta go. Thanks everyone. Bye. Take care. Take care. Thanks for being here and contributing. Sims movie. Yippee. My granddaughter loves Minecraft and Roblox. Roblox is another thing. So many things. You'll all be going for the dragon. And I'll be jetting off to the jungle for cocoa beans. Yeah, me too, actually. I'm a bit of a farmer in Minecraft. I see my Minecraft end goal is to make all the food products and to provide everyone the Minecraft foods, and the dragon never enters the scene. Absolutely. But it is quite nice to go and adventure in like... what's it called? The Nether. The Nether's quite good fun. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got our Minecraft world creative and we'll stream it again. We'll do more on it. We'll do more with it. It's been unfortunate, actually, the last month or so, maybe it's been a bit longer. Microsoft has released, normally they announce to developers Minecraft version releases in advance a little bit. But it's caught everyone by surprise. So everyone that makes mods has been like, oh my goodness, there's been another update. And this happened like 5 or 6 times in a row. So Minecraft 1.20.1 is the latest client. And if you have that on Bedrock, you can't connect to the server until it gets updated. And I'll update it the second it can be updated. I will get a notification for it. They'd be supposed to pull me away from where the hyperfocus is anyway. Kids go up on Roblox. I was doing Mahjong on my phone. Oh, Mahjong reminds me of my parents. They have like a little Mahjong, the Mahjong set. It's really cute. Contemplating in Shadow, scratch the same building, exploring edge. So yeah, there will be a survival Minecraft server, and I will give details on. We'll launch it during a live stream, and I'll give details on autisticafter40.com/Minecraft. Where it's accessible. Well, this is the thing. It's not always accessible. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Just making sure things are running. Oh, hey, Pardlo. I was just taking a momentary voice break. It'll be a new server, General Otter. The existing server will remain as a fixture, but it'll be a new server. And it'll be fun. Approximately 3 weeks. Vintiger story. Okay. It's new to me. Really, I've been sleeping more recently. Oh, bless you, Helen. Vintage story. Someone else has mentioned that already as well. Definitely worth a look. Oh, our Minecraft community server Creative server is continuing. Yes, absolutely. Both will run in parallel. Both will run in parallel. But the survival one will be wiped ultimately. I love High Peak in the Peak District in England. It is beautiful. Patchwork of white rock and black peat. I thought it was another planet the first time I went there. Yeah, it's beautiful. I don't think of England as having like peaks and mountains and things, because southeast England, the south actually, just in general, just is completely flat, pretty much. So it's like, I'm just like, why are there hills now? There you go, Michael. Simon's vintage story. Yep, absolutely, it's on my list. Probably yes. I'll probably play it a bit more than I have creative as well. I kind of enjoy the survival element. No country is as flat as the Netherlands. The Netherlands is flat land. Proper flat land. Box Hill. During the London 2012 Olympic Games, the cyclists went up Box Hill. There is a little hill. I say little hill. I'm sure it wasn't fun for the Olympic cyclists to have to cycle up and down and up and down. But yes, there is a hill. There are. Sorry. I only know peaks. There's no such thing as flat up here in Scotland. Yeah. I guess it definitely goes the further north you go. Saskatchewan. There's a big chunk of Canada in the middle, which is just flat, right? Oh, what's going on? My iPad's going to die. Needs charging. I'm going to drink my tea and then move over back to my cold squash again. You know it's flat when people say, there is a hill. Right, I'm going to type it in now. Vintage story. Lovecraftian horror. Okay. Oh, it looks like Minecraft. Oh, okay. Very cool. Looks like an indie game. Looks pretty good. Early access. Mac as well. 274 people online. Very small. Yeah, we have one hill. That's funny. I have to give my voice a little break for a second, if you don't mind. I'm going to sit back and drink this. Without blasting your mind with Hydra theme. Mrs. Biffle Chips. I've got a family from Saskatchewan, so I visited quite a bit. The joke is that you can watch your dog run away for 3 days. That's quite funny. Quick, someone get that man a lozenge. I actually have some. I'm on the recovering better side of whatever the hell I've had. It knocked me out. I think we should have a little stream. There'll definitely be some Discord action. Oh, here, right, one sec. Right, give me a sec. Let me make it bigger. Right. It's Julian. One second. TJ's bye. TJ, take care. I'll see you in the... Oh, I think I need a damn... Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying you were going to check it out. I thought you were talking about Vintage Story. Sleep well, my friend. I hope you recover and feel better very soon. Saber's just... Sorry, one sec. Saber has... Right. Okay. Harriet, I was thinking about the curvature of the Earth, and I just imagine that in Saskatchewan, everybody lives in very tall grain barns. Little mini catnip fish. Is Julian. I know there's a lot, but 13 is more than I realised. No, 14k. Dr. T, how's it going? Fish tank, by the way, is really, really good. I need to properly clean it out, but it's very clear. It's overplanted right now. I need to literally lift out a whole bucket's worth of plant. Cat butt. Saber. It's adorable. The cats get to do drugs. Well, sort of. Julian needs to go to that. So Julian's quite an old boy now. He doesn't look it, by the way. He's like eternally youthful. Beautiful fur. But he's quite arthritic-y. He's got obviously one leg at the back. He's now on the floor eating his catnip fish. He's having fun. And Saber, also 3 legs. 3-legged cats put a lot of stress on their joints. The ones that have one leg at the back have it the worst. Their legs kind of bend inwards as they kind of move more centrally, whereas cats missing a front leg tend not to do that. That puts some pressure on the joint. So he needs Metacam, but it's very hard to get. Basically ibuprofen for cats. It's a little hard on their kidneys, but obviously pain relief is quite good. I love your growing plants. If I have some happy plants in mine, nice. Oh, okay. I might be able to show you them, maybe. It's possible. Hey, thanks, Liz. Thank you. I'm surprised, still blown away, that people actually like my content. Like Meloxicam. Yes, that's right, Layla. Yeah, exactly, Meloxicam. Metacam, I think, is maybe a brand name or something. I don't know. It's called Metacam here, but it is Meloxicam drug. And it's really hard to get. So we'll have to pop into the vets, pick some up. But then they want to see the cat, so then we have to back the cat up, take the cat in. Or we can ask the vets to come out. It's just, yeah. It's a ball ache, basically. That is an expression for annoying executive function and time-consuming messing about when you could just do a tiny bit of pain relief right now. So yeah, he'll probably go to the vets in the next couple of days. Yeah, so yeah, thank you so much. The 14k thing. I'm delighted and surprised, basically, because I did not think people would be that interested in enjoying the content. The videos have been watched now over 500,000 views, obviously spread out. I think that's quite incredible. Like I can't even imagine what that looks like to people. What I can promise is that the content's going to get better because I'm now putting a lot more time into it rather than rushing it so much. So you can expect better quality content from me going forward, because it's like yeah, you can expect some better quality content. But do what you can with the hands that you got and the time that you have on this earth. I have read so much about marine tanks, and they're quite involved. I'd love to do it too. And you will someday, Jensen. Jip got stung by a bee again today, but on a pause time. I'm so sorry. Poor Jip. General, thank you. I appreciate that. It's going to get better, by the way. So I've got a big database in Notion of all the video ideas. Quite a few of them are in scripting, research. I'm doing a lot of reading. And thank you, by the way, for doing most of the heavy lifting on the memes video and the memes content on the channel. I really appreciate that. Nigel, you're very relatable to me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Don't see rush, take your time, do it well, save your brain. So I have I have some topics which I've been working on for a few weeks now. For that reason, you may notice, by the way, the quality difference between the stuff that has had more time put into it versus something with a bit less time. Generally speaking, research takes a while, especially if it's an area that others haven't covered. So, for example, dispatches. The issue with autistic people being locked up in England, in England and Wales, there are over 1,200 plus, and this is from a couple of years ago, autistic people locked up against their will. And I'm not just talking about people being sectioned for their own safety. I just mean the routine incarceration and institutionalization. Well, I went digging to find out who was responsible, which private mental health hospitals were responsible. Turns out, mostly big wine investors. They're a little side hustle of locking up autistic people. Research takes a while. It's why I quite liked Meg's last video. I've definitely got to give her some kudos for that. Hence Sandy Snail out today, because she's done a good job. Oh, thank you. Actually, I was about to watch the meme video and saw there's a stream to come in here instead of watching it. The memes video is really fun. Really fun, except I was very ill making it. Unfortunately, the video is half the size that it probably should have been because I was coughing a lot. Pardon, the Feral Memes channel is amazing. I love it so much. Yeah. Wine investors. Not sure what to say. Wine investors spinning up healthcare companies. They've got no experience of doing it. Purchasing buildings and locking up autistic people in them. This sounds like an exaggeration. It sounds absolutely batshit, but it's all true. That's all true. Well, what the hell? I just love memes, and when I see a meme I like, I want to share it with people. I like to make them happy too. Exactly. It's a love language. That's fair to say. That's definitely part of how we communicate. Oh, poor Jip. Eric, howdy everyone driving and listening. Hope recovery's going well now. Thank you. I'm feeling a lot better. Hope your kitty cat's feeling better too. Jensen, I love that garlic bread expert meme you showed. General Otto again. Thank you for that. That literally had me howling with laughter and coughing and howling and coughing and howling and coughing. I opened the meme up on my computer and I zoomed into it, where it's this garlic bread expert. And I'm like, hey, Nina, come in here and have a look at this. And Nina came around the corner, and she just burst out laughing as well. Because it's just so incongruous that it just said, garlic bread expert. Mimi Cockington, what kind of tea was that? Did you go all the way to China for the good stuff? I'm croaking now. I'm literally croaking. Hang on. I'm back. Jeff, I think your videos are great also because you've got some humor in your content that makes you feel like a friend. Just talking to you rather than someone educating you. Thank you. I appreciate that. From my perspective, it's been an interesting roller coaster because it started off with Dackle. By the way, if you are in the chat, welcome to the scratching post. Basically, it's like it started off talking to nobody because that's what happens on YouTube, and then it starts off you talking to people, and then you're getting judged and stuff, and then you feel really self-conscious and perceived. And then it's like talking to friends. So I'm talking to friends, so it's so like legit friends. So that's just lovely. Because that's what's going on here, which blows my mind as well, because I didn't expect that. For real. Autism Speaks had a study that proved cats saliva cures autism, says that Autism Speaks have got a lot of bogus science. I mean, there's worse things they could be spending money on, but when people say you shouldn't take the label autism because there's people who deserve it more than you, I get it a lot. I'm obviously not support level 3. I'm obviously quite verbal. And people will say there are non-verbal people. There are non-verbal people in the community, by the way. Shouldn't come as a surprise. But like, and therefore I shouldn't, what should I not do? Should I not speak? Autism Speaks should not speak. They should delete their website and refund all the money. But then, where am I at? The executive function chicken has got out to lots of people. Yeah, I've sent it to a few people as well. I've sent it to some chicken people because chicken, I don't know, it just seems to work. It was meant to be an ace, as in like error ace. Was it really? What? It's just, I just thought, especially like garlic bread expert. It's great. I need more tea, Mike. I certainly do. I'm just reading the chat really fast. I hear the kettle being filled. I think the hydration fairy's making tea. I'm back from the kitchen. My dog bullied me into giving her more treats. Did she really? Was it cheese tax? I don't get why people say that. It doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? Love chicken of executive function. I'll take a cuppa. There you go. I was going to say, it'll be cold by the time it gets to you, Lee. Yeah, we have non-verbal autistic. He speaks minimally. Who'd have thought autistic peeps are so sociable? Well, like, Lola P, imagine if I invalidated my experience to accommodate my kid. It makes no sense. I think there's a lot of people that are very confused. There's a lot of people that are angry and frustrated. Hell, just being a parent is incredibly frustrating and tiring. It's like, I can only imagine, particularly when I think of the parents that have been swindled. I don't want to say the word. The video is free on my Patreon. It has to be posted on Patreon because I can't post it on YouTube. I made a video about something that was happening right then and there. Life-threatening stuff. Not controversial, by the way. It's just like Scotland Yard, the police. Literally Scotland Yard are out looking for somebody who's doing stuff to kids and charging parents tens of thousands of dollars. Or whatever, I guess. Probably take a tenner. And it's like, if you're desperate and you don't know better. Look, people now still try gay conversion therapy. That's still a thing in the US. Predominantly, right? The African continent as well, African countries. There's an awful lot of like conversion therapy type stuff going on. And you think, it's obviously not going to work. But it doesn't stop people trying. Why are they so desperate? Like, so chipping away at that is pretty important. And invalidating experience, like you know, I shouldn't talk because it's like saying other people have it worse than you. Why should you do content? It's like, what? Who knows? I get messages like this every day. I'm not saying it's a problem for me. I'm just saying, it's like, okay then. Isabella, she does get tea from me, I promise, quite often. Basically, whenever someone makes tea, they make tea for everybody. That's the rule. You'll be in severe trouble in this home if you have made tea only for yourself. That's how I'm confident there's a cup of tea on the way. She does get tea, but I will. I'll let her know your concern. It's a fair comment. The state's got to get back to it. Have fun, everyone. Hey, didn't realize you were here. Nice to see you. Welcome and bye. California pays me money to care for my son because it's cheaper and often preferable to keep people with more support needs at home, irrespective of autism and irrespective of learning disabilities. If you are a carer in the UK, there's a carer's allowance, which is worth approximately £70, maybe $100 a week. That's ridiculous because it costs about that per hour if somebody's being cared for in a hospital or by the state. Carers allowances and things. I'm not going to get too heavy into politics, but obviously that's not something that should be, like you say, Layla, it is cheaper and more preferable for people to be cared for, and support for people to care for relatives, family, friends even, should be made more because we don't really want people, ideally, as a society. It's expensive to look after people. It's an area of work that Nina is involved in. Yannick, the irony is lost entirely on people from the Reddit self-disorder cringe. If self-diagnosis is not valid, how valid is it to non-DX others? As an example for you. Say Sia, with her terrible work on her music, which shows it's actually her goddaughter that has the main role. And it has her playing an autistic person who has meltdowns, is being restrained, and so on. It's a pretty damaging film. I've seen clips of it, not the full thing. Sia, following backlash from the autism community at large, says that she's autistic. She may be. I'm not going to undiagnose her. What? I don't know her. I know her persona. I don't know her personally. I don't know her private life. I couldn't possibly say. I'm not going to. how would it affect, what use is it for me to spend time online tapping away on Reddit going, she's not autistic because it's like, it's literally a waste of energy, and it does no good. So I regularly have people commenting, challenging me on my stance on self-diagnosis. In the description of every single video, I say at the bottom, self-diagnosis is valid, and I say it regularly, loudly and proudly. I prefer the term identification, by the way. Diagnosis is a weird one. But let's just say the worst possible example, the worst possible plausible example is that someone will believe that they're autistic when they're not. And to be fair, there are other things that can be a better explanation for their neurology than autism. For example, OCD, maybe even BPD, which is overdiagnosed anyway. Often people who are autistic get misdiagnosed as BPD and it has to be undone in the later life after causing damage. Someone makes a mistake, but they get to understand themselves better. They get to connect with the autistic community online. They get to learn about themselves. How is it a bad thing? Like the worst case scenario. It's unlikely, but how is it the worst case scenario? I'm a tea fairy too. Not as good as the resident tea fairy. This is true. A tea fairy, people are concerned that I'm not looking after the tea fairy section. With tea. Of your own. I promise you she's smiling at me. Don't know what she's thinking.
You do most of the cooking.
Say it louder.
You do most of the cooking.
There you go. And tonight I have brought back 3 flavours of pizza. Tea and Tails, also available in the...
I think the cooking's more about your own survival.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, I was getting ready for the live stream and Nina's like, should we make like beans and hash browns? And I'm like, I just cook a pizza. You're off to bed. Oh, okay. I shan't be long then. I will. You can leave her with me. I will manage. Geek Visual Therapy is also popularised by lovers of ABA fame. Wow. Oh, I just moved on. They should just stop. The conversion stuff's not fair. Correct. My cat has a paw over her face. It's the cutest thing in the world. Aww. Visible friend. Lee, only your doctor is allowed to misdiagnose you. Leave that up to the professionals. Absolutely. That's funny. That's literally funny. Only your doctor's allowed to diagnose you, misdiagnose you. Okay. Thank you. Do this.
Baby promise.
I'm losing them. Tea fairy help. Where were we? Yeah, nearly ended badly. Polly was okay, so you peep show. Exactly. This will like not be a common thing like later in the summer. It's just a thing right now. Are people loving or having sex consensual with others? How many one? I think we have like, I guess like opinions or ideas, or we deign to believe about values. We make value judgments. on other people as a species. I mean, royal we, not us. The least judgmental folks tend to be the neurodivergents, I tend to find. I graduated work. I have a French channel about autism and like quality thinking now as you go to bed, but I think I'm going to get... I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Welcome, Jonah. Welcome. I realized there's also conversion therapy for ACE people. Really? Cats plus small bird does not end well. Yeah, it's true. Although, to be fair, our cats have all... Well, look, if the birds were flapping around on the floor, we might have an issue, you know what I mean? But our cats have learnt, mostly from the mama hens, you know, they've pecked, you know. Mama hens can be quite mean. And at least that means that, like, our cats will have learnt. Do you know what I mean? Like, to leave them alone. It's just Russell. First time I'm hosting a birthday party since I'm on medication. His prep is actually okay. I can do this. You certainly can, Leila. Take it easy. Soft and fluffy peeps. They are. I'm reading the chat backwards. I'm trying to like follow. I can't time match at the minute. I have so many rats up my sleeves. Where did that conversation? I don't believe this sentence has been said by any human being ever. I don't believe this sentence has been said before. Am I right? I'm going to drink some tea. Some of my friends have said they like me because I don't judge people unless they're being an asshole or on time. Fair enough. The snail is earlier on this live stream. If you rewind back 2 hours, backwards. How do I say backwards in French? I did French for GCSE. It didn't go well. I'm not a language autism. I didn't get a language autism. I'm sorry. There was a conversation about Meg's from I'm Autistic Now What. She made a video about Autism Speaks and their rebrand. The snail is in honor of Meg. We were talking about her content. She did good, by the way. She definitely raised the bar on well put together videos. I feel the pressure now. Mate, like quality is like, oh, damn it, quality's so good. One of my cats routinely goes after our gecko at night. The enclosure makes a loud bang if he tries to get inside, and there are multiple barriers. Aww. But yeah, I mean, you know, never say never. I mean, like a chick running around the floor overnight, it's not going to end well. I mean, it might do, but it probably not going to take that risk. It's must have been 2 hours already. Jonah, merci beaucoup. I didn't really been 2 hours already. Good thing, yeah. It's a quality competition. Oh, hello, do you see? Meg doesn't know I'm saying this. Well, probably not. But like, she did good. It's lovely. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm like, hell yeah, well done. I'm impressed, and I'm proud is the wrong word. It's very infantilizing. But like, it's like, nice. I know how hard it is to put together a video and like keep the flow. It's like, it's nearly impossible. It's like, it's so difficult. Like, and I'm so like stressed putting together a video. You know, in terms of like, oh, does it flow? And then sometimes like, I should delete the whole thing. So it sort of depends what it is. I can certainly waffle for hours, and this is unedited. But it's like, to actually, you know, it's good stuff. Well done. Yannick, there's not only like crap out there, there is a lot of crap out there. And I can understand why content creators make low quality content. My inbox, I haven't even told you guys, have I? Like, my inbox is just like full of crappy sponsorship stuff. That's not to say there won't be sponsored content, but like nothing I've seen. Oh my God. There's some crap in there. And it's like, no, come on, no, go away. it's like, wait. I'm talking about like sport and like, yeah, it makes me sad actually, because I know a great deal of content creators are just are disingenuous, and that's not them. It's the content, because they have to make a living, and it's not honest, and that makes me sad. It makes me really sad. So it's good to see something done well. Joe Rogan started with Fleshlight happily. I would take a sex toy sponsor, but you know why? I'd have so much. I was going to say I'd have so much fun with it. That came out wrong. I've got some funny ideas, but like, yeah, I just come on. How long would you let your autistic child play video games in the summertime? That's probably about the same amount of time as the winter. Maybe a little bit less because of the sun. It's good to get some vitamin D. Do you know what? The whole video game thing is so difficult. You know, my son is definitely like, I don't want to say the word damaged, but like kids these days are damaged by electronic stuff. That's not to say that I didn't spend a great deal of time playing 8-bit video games on a BBC Micro when I was growing up. But, and like my outdoor play was either parallel or on my own. So it's not like, I think it's good to have balance, you know. Just say that stims. Oh, trust me, I've got a few ideas. General Lotta, yeah, you can. So Temu have been emailing me about 10 times. And Temu have said, we'll give you a few $100 and we'll give you a bunch of our products. And if you say nice things about them, we'll give you some credit for our store to buy extra stuff. Now, if people don't know, Temu is basically like a new Chinese, like Wish. If you thought Wish was bad, Temu is worse. Temu products are like verging on scams. No chance. I'm a full-time software dev. I have very little, precious little free time. Like, but like I have a job. I'm not starting this, and I'm not young. Working out of my bedroom, you know, I don't need to do it. I just think it'd be really good fun. Okay, Isabella, let me level with you. So Meg got sponsorship from Bellissimo, and Paige Leal sponsorship from Bellissimo. And I'm like, okay, if they're going to work around the autistic YouTubers, I probably need to stick my name in the hat. I have some really funny ideas. Now, I'm not saying that the internet would find them funny. I don't even know if you guys would find them funny, but I think I would find it funny. So I just, that's my barrier for like, would I find it funny? It's really bad quality stuff. Yeah, basically, I think just we've already got a lot of like poor quality stuff in the world. We don't need more tat. My co-workers love Teemu and try to get into it. Yeah. I feel like I've done a disservice by even mentioning them. It kind of like gives them some, even just a teeny bit. There are companies that absolutely I would do work with. Huel, for example, I use a lot. Nina and I would, if it wasn't for Huel, we'd struggle some days. Stuff like, there's a lot of pet products and things as well. Do a mock sponsor as a gift on a vid? Yeah, I might do, yeah. But like it feels a little bit like a lot of YouTubers are siloed, and it would be quite cool to kind of, I don't know if other YouTubers would find it funny if I sort of took the piss a little bit, but well, maybe we'll find out. But like if I find something useful, I pretty much share my opinion. I will be picking up some loop and flare, doing a comparison, so you can expect that video. Again, it's not sponsored. I'll just do it. Why not? You guys have helped me out. Let's do it. We can do some giveaways, but I'm not sure. If YouTube doesn't find it funny, I guess we'll see a special something on Patreon. Yeah, basically. I mean, like, we'll just see. Team haven't realised how autistically unfriendly their advertisements are. You see, the thing is, Polo, I wouldn't want to tell them or like help them. I would. Yeah, the loop earplugs. Absolutely. So I have some loops, but I want to pick up a couple. I want to try them out. I'm curious, personally curious. And thank you very much for supporting me on Patreon, because that means when Patreon pay it out to me, I'll then spend it on loop and flare and see which works best. Do a video. That's how we roll. Loop don't stay in my ears. Yeah, this is why I've got like I don't use loop anymore, because I've lost them, or one half. So yeah, it's tricky. Fabric feels like an umbrella. Oh gosh. Oh, take care, Ashley Jen. Take care. Video games growing up was such a lifesaver for me in periods of no friendships. I think that's good too. Once they have a device of their own for school, it's almost impossible to limit time on devices. It is. Partly another issue is like if you have like a family account, you can actually restrict programmatically the amount of access they've got for different things like social media, but they can still access phone calls and things. Problem you're going to have is that you're not going to be able to restrict their use of devices when they're at school or maybe with their friends or something. This is kind of a massive problem. This is a massive problem for parenting. Things like pornography is an issue with kids at school and things. It's a big problem. I don't know that we'll see what psychological effects these things will have on kids until later in life. But it's not great. I'm glad I grew up in a time when cyberbullying wasn't a thing I had to deal with. I just had to deal with conventional bullying. I didn't have cyberbullying at home, social media and stuff. So I'm kind of grateful for that. It's difficult. Other because of video games that can design my car, export it, drive it, and probably crash it with style. I agree. I think there's so much creativity that you can have. There's so much creative output for games. If you've played, for a while I was mildly addicted to the Kerbal Space program, and you can kind of build your own space rockets, or even play like a career mode where you build your own space stuff. Like you have to, the challenge is to get like a satellite in orbit with like real life physics, and it's brilliant. Welcome. Stephanie Olsen, I think restricting device people and help you have to teach them how to balance usage on their own. This is true, because the the genie's out of the bottle now, as it were, the Pandora's box. So we've kind of got to teach kids now. You've got to I don't know. I don't even know how you would teach kids. We've got to figure it out. I don't think cold turkey is going to work. Oh, Kerbal Space Program. Dackle, welcome to the scratching post. By the way, I have 1K hours. I've got 1K hours. But Kerbal Space Program is super, super addictive. I don't know if it's called it in Baldur's Gate. It is called this, but I don't know if it's called it in Kerbal. But I'm a save scummer, so I will like save before trying a launch, and if it doesn't go well, I can like reload and then have reiterate that way. No one gets harmed, virtual or otherwise. But Kerbal Space Program is incredibly, it's incredibly hard, but like it's good. High school people used to put, I'm going to say corn. I don't mean corn. On other students' computers and put the volume up really loud and then close the laptop so that when you open it in class. Yep. It's like, it's not great. And the solution is to educate children earlier and earlier because of exposure. This is where we have a problem. I'm not saying keeps me awake at night sort of thing. Kiddo is 17 now, so it's not so much of an issue, but it has been a problem. Not him per se, but like kind of just, it's like any restrictions you put, then there's like kids at school with devices too, and kids will smuggle them. It's a genuine problem. I'm worried for people now. Maybe that's my next step. I'm more into designing engines though. Our kids can self-regulate now. No, you'll have to kind of impose as parental unit. It'll come down to you, but it depends on what age your kids are and whether or not you're changing expectations. I think it'd be really hard if you've got kids that are used to, maybe even autistic kids that are used to, I don't want to say privileges, but they're used to a certain expectation. Then that expectation changes. Look, we all find that difficult in one way or another. I find in my work, this is totally different, but it's also not different. In my work, clients, it's a really funny one actually. I try to give my clients a really good service. They will log a support ticket for technical support and they'll do it at 5:30 p.m. And 10 o'clock at night, I'm sitting on the couch, got my iPad. Hello, Sandy. I'll put Sandy Snell down now. I'll put Sandy Snell somewhere. I don't know, here. And then I've got my iPad and then I'll go tap, and I'll just give them a response. And then they'll reply and go, "Hey, Mike, that's really cool. Thanks so much. Thanks for putting us putting us in the right direction, or blah, blah, solving this thing or whatever." And there's no skin off my back and it's great. And then I'll go to bed and I'll feel happy and content. But what you've just done is you've set an expectation in the minds of the other party, the other people, that they kind of then expect from you this thing. I'm happy to keep doing Tuesday night live streams. I've kind of set an expectation on myself now. I also enjoy it. But if Tuesday comes around and you guys see that there's no live stream and you've been enjoying them, you may feel a thing. You might feel happiness, like, oh my God, I don't have to listen to him today. I feel like it's an obligation. Or you might feel sad, like, oh no, I was really expecting that. Like, I follow some YouTubers, and when they don't upload, when I expect them to, I feel like, I'm kind of bummed out. And that's an expectation management thing. And it's exactly the same with your kid. And teaching them these regulation skills, or at least disappointment at an earlier age as possible, is important life skill. Now, ABA therapy would say, take the game away, watch them cry, and then train them out of crying. This is not good. Neither is exposure therapy. But let me put another one to you. So cats, a mother cat will push away kittens. No, seriously. Mother cat will go to a kitten and go, nope, you're not getting any milk. Push it away. And literally teach them how to deal with disappointment. The cats will literally do that. So there is that. I'm reading the chat now. My one client doesn't even know I exist. My job is awesome. This is the ultimate place to be. I'll not lie. It is the ultimate place to be. And the great thing for me was, I remember hiring somebody, this was pre-COVID, to literally do customer support. And the most delightful thing happened, which was that clients all of a sudden start, oh my God, and they start behaving better because there's some distance. And that's really healthy for all of us. It's healthy for you. It's healthy for me. It's healthy for humans. It's just a human thing. This is not specific to anything. And it's just a human thing. It just kind of puts, boundaries is not the right word, but I made a video on boundaries, which might be very helpful to kind of explain sort of what I'm talking about. Roundabout. I'm not actually talking about boundaries now, but it's kind of a boundary thing. It's more like training for life. That's probably a better way to put it. And like video games. I mean, look, they are kind of like a facsimile for life in many ways. Depends on the game, but like, a lot of them. I used to play WoW quite a lot, World of Warcraft, and this was when it first released, when it was buggy as hell. And I played up until Burning Crusade. And the problem with that is it's very like, it pulls all the psychological strings to get you coming back. Obviously, it's a subscription, but it's like, how do I describe it? It's a facsimile. It gives you that kind of dopamine reward for like getting on in life. It's hard for me to explain, but it's like doing a job. It is literally grinding a lot of the time. A lot of the time you're working in the game to get the next thing. It literally is like that. Take care, Lucy. Sorry we got stuck on that for ages. Anticipatory guidance. Yeah, absolutely. Explaining about, it's a transition in a way, isn't it? It's all like, you could look at it as transition. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Layla P, yes. Youngest and more addictive personality. And screen time for him has been an issue, but will be being redirected over some holidays. Yeah. You can do that. You can definitely redirect, especially boys. Especially like, I don't want to say sport because sport didn't really work for me, but like, but sport is a really common one. Say like under 12s sports, you can kind of direct them in that way. My son became my dive buddy for several years. I'd say I got like 4 solid years of dive buddy out of it before he ended up just sort of sinking back in with the mates again, sort of thing. I don't know, drinking alcohol on the beach. I don't know what they do. You lose control because they become more important than parents, which is healthy. This is normal. Actually, this is part of growing up. But like, for a while, you can redirect into healthier things. But if he was left to his own devices, he would just play Assassin's Creed all the time. Wendy, and I'm running out of energy, so I must go to bed. Good night, all. Good night, Wendy. Thank you for being here. Nice to see you. I'm self-employed and experience this with clients. I hope I never make anyone feel like I'm entitled to their time. Yeah, I think the reason why I'm kind of alert to it, and it's not so much like about being entitled to time, but just entitled, I guess. Yeah, to time, but to anything, just entitled, is because of being self-employed. I think that's what's heightened my alertness, like made my sensitivity turn up a bit. Oh God, dude, I hate that so much. Message me on my private phone number, social media, and special. Yeah, dude, that's really bad. Yeah, have multiple numbers, I guess. I'm going to make a video about phone calls, by the way. I actually have a prop, which I tried to get from Vinted, but someone else snatched it off me. They beat me to it. And I tried to get another prop off eBay, but there's a certain prop I want for the video. And as soon as that arrives, I'm making the video on phone calls. And I'm going to talk to you about how I manage my phone calls, because I think I've finally figured it out. I've heard there's new AI that helps customer support people with angry callers. Hey, that's interesting. I wonder. Yeah, that's interesting. My younger kid uses Say AC. Absolutely. When I was in school, one of the SEND students, it wasn't called SEND at the time, but it's SEND now. So one of the SEND students had access to a laptop. And this was like early day laptops. So it was an Acorn laptop. And I was blown away by this thing. And we all were. Everyone was. And it's like, how has he got a laptop and no one else had? But it was an accommodation. And, it wasn't at the time, best fit because he couldn't really use it that well. But it's almost not really that relevant. It was an accommodation that helped him. His main accommodation was he had a support worker with him in a lot of the lessons. And that was great. Long may it continue. Conquer Jungle for ADHD brain, it's the short-lived dopamine hits that make it addictive. There you go. There you go. Me too. Oh, diving. I got a new subscribe YouTube channel. There's great. Vara comment on Ryan's channel. An underwater live stream called Harbour Village Bonaire. Oh, I'd love to go to Bonaire. Creative Guru. I told my young son that when he started treating real people around him badly, I'd take away his Game Boy. Yep. Same thing here. That's cool. I've been in several times where I've had to take away the PlayStation, wrap it up. No dramas, no argument, just here's the boundary. You did that. This is going to be the punishment. Just execute the punishment straight away. Don't wait. Yep. General, you're learning stuff that I wish I had learned when I was your age. You are several years ahead of me from when I was there. That isn't being patronizing, I promise. I'm hearing myself back and going, no, Mike, say that better. I mean that in a nice way. That's what I wish I'd known. The phone calls, no. I got a mate to record me a voicemail that says, "Hello, cat rescue." It's not a cat rescue. I just thought it was a funny thing to say that kind of is slightly related. And it's really funny. Basically, one of my clients gave away my mobile number. Unfortunately, they gave it away to hundreds of people. And they use that rather than phoning the work phone, which will get me as well if I'm working and available during that time, or it goes to somebody else who then logs a ticket. Everyone gets looked after. Everyone gets looked after in a timely way. There's no need to jump queues by phoning me. But that's how it works in neurotypical land, by the way. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Having a way to kind of jump the queue and get preferential treatment it is a neurotypical trait, very much so. Visible. It's hilarious. I'll play you the voicemail. It's so funny. Hello, cat rescue. If you're interested in adopting a cat, it's great. And what happens is people phone, and then they goes away. They will phone back because they are worried they didn't dial the right number, and then they'll get cat rescue again. Then they don't call back again. Trust me on this. It's funny. I literally wet myself. And part of it was learning. There's been a few chapters in my life where I've learnt about sort of social rules and the fact that I'm a human being and other people are human beings. And unless it's like an authority like the police or the treasury or whatever, or, you know what I mean, like the government or something I have to by law, like deal with. Does that make sense? Like very, very rarely am I obligated to have to meet somebody else's needs. You guys as well. This is, when I say me, I also mean you. Very rarely are you obligated to meet someone else's needs, unless you are like a caretaker for somebody, and even then, look after your own needs too, etc. We'll get to that. But like, I used to just be a runabout for everybody. I'm not even kidding. I've got so many stories I can tell. Content for later. There's so much of it. I'm sorry. I'm old. Don't know what to tell you. And then it kind of like dawns to me. It's like. Most recently, it was only like a few months ago, changing my voicemail on my phone, because I was at the point, by the way, of throwing away my phone number, getting a new one. The problem is, in the process of moving to a new phone number, you've got like so many like your banking and some web services use your mobile number as a two-factor authentication. That's shit. They should use an authenticator service or Google Authenticator, Microsoft Authenticator, your own authenticator, your built-in password manager. That's a better two-factor authentication than a mobile number. But quite a lot of them use a mobile number, so it's really hard to ditch a mobile number. So anyway, I am trying to ditch a mobile number. But in the meantime, I'm like, oh, I'm so panicky and I'm so upset. And it was Nina's idea, by the way. She was like, why don't you call your mate and change your voicemail? And I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking genius. And we were driving and I was literally pissing myself laughing. The whole drive, I was literally wetting myself. One of my ADHD friends, and she's so good. She's such a good support person. In my support network, and she's such a good friend. And I knew that if I asked her to do it, she would respond in just a few seconds exactly with that. I knew that she would do it for me. Do you know what I mean? Like within a minute, I'd have the thing, and it was so funny. And I put up this thing, and it wasn't like I was going to do a funny voicemail sort of thing or go, "Don't leave me a message" or whatever. But it was actually like just batshit. It's so batshit. It's brilliant, and it's just like, and people don't even. So anyway. In my personal life, I'll say to people, like, if you get the cat thing, it's me, but don't leave a message because I won't listen. I just won't listen to voicemails. It's the worst thing in the world. NT people, general letter. I am so happy that you know that, and you know that now. You're going to have the best life as a result. Imagine if you didn't know that. Every phone call feels like authority. Yeah, me too. Foolish one again. Job search reasons. If I had to do job search reasons again, right? And I had like, I would get like a burner phone and a brand new pay-as-you-go number, and I'd use that with them. NTs like to jump the queue because of the heightened empathy. They've got this thing about hierarchies. I'm not even joking. This is burnt onto my soul over the past year so hard. The NT people have got this thing. I really do mean this. A social hierarchy is so important to them. Like, chickens have a pecking order. The phrase pecking order comes from chickens, pecking order. If you introduce a new chicken, an adult chicken into this house, there will be a bit of pecking going on outside. You just kind of have, chicken people understand this. You can just like live with it. They'll get hen pecked. They will get pecked, right? They'll lose some feathers. It'll be a bit ugly. No blood, probably. The chicken will get bullied. It'll last about a day. And then after that, they'll make friends. They'll have best friends. Chickens form really tight. They've got mates, right? Well, the thing is, that pecking order thing is exactly how neurotypical society works. Just like a bunch of chickens. Pecking and knocking each other for the best places to sit. And honestly, siding up with the most popular chicken. I'm not joking. It's how it is. It's like a David Attenborough show out there. Yeah, people are just people. I mean, admittedly, like some people want to speak, you know, like the director of this, that, or the other, or you want to speak to, you want to escalate. If I'm talking to a customer service person and they can't help, I'll be like, could you please ask your line manager, you know, it's nothing personal, we need to escalate this or whatever. And it's like a procedural thing. But a lot of people are just all about like who you know. And to be fair, life is a lot about who you know rather than what you know. There's a lot of stupid neurotypicals in top positions across all kinds of things. And that's as a result of pecking order. Hierarchy can be good when it makes sense. You mean like the military and whatnot? Yeah, totally. Look, when we do dive teams, I'm often the dive manager on a dive. I will plan dives. I'll literally be dive leader, and I will tell people who's doing what. But actually, that's not quite how it works. Buddy pairs are responsible for themselves and what they do. It's not like you tell dives what to do. You tell them, look, this is the site. This is where we're going. This is what we're looking for. Somebody's lost an anchor. We need to find it. You guys are responsible for that side. And how they then talk about how they're going to actually do it, that's on them. But you want to know when they went in, what gases they were using, blah, 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 blah. And we hierarchy it, and we say what the hierarchy is. We have a brief, and we hierarchy. The site manager will have a brief, the dive leader will have brief, and so on. And it works really, really well. I'm with you on hierarchies, but like procedural hierarchies, not I'm better than you, so I'm going to tell you, nothing like that. That's bollocks. Quite honestly, the opposite. A lot of the time, the people doing the job lower in that hierarchy, I'm using air quotes, all the whole way here, I'm more qualified, right? More qualified people working at the bottom of the hierarchy, but somebody doing like gases and dive plans and times higher up the hierarchy. Explain that to me. How does that work? Because it's not. I want a buddy pair. Oh, buddy pair with a pair to eat. Alicia sent feral memes via me. I'll say hello to Alicia for me, Ellen. Has she got a YouTube account yet? Yeah. That's why I like working with teenagers. Society seems to hate them, and I get to treat them like an equal with good ideas and valid feelings. Do you know what? You'd be so surprised. There was when you just like you're quite respectful to teenagers, and then they'll move. I remember quite often I have to move groups of teenagers on, and people go, "Oh, Mike, you're so diplomatic. You're so amazing." And like for example, one of our dive sites involves walking down a jetty, Victorian built big stone wall with steps, and teenagers like to hang around there quite a lot. And I just go up to them and just say, "Hey guys, just letting you know, in about maybe 5 minutes, we've got some people coming down with some really heavy equipment. Just look out for yourself, just basically look out for yourselves because you don't want to hit you on the back of the head with any of it. By accident, obviously." And they'll be like, "All right, yeah, cool, no worries." And then they'll look out for us and we look out for them and treat them like normal human beings. And often it goes really, so it's always gone really well, actually. I can't imagine a time when it hasn't. The only time we've had problems is with adults. Well, this is to Helen. Alicia and Emily, fantastic. And Pardlo. Oh, is it to Pardlo? Also to Pardlo. Oh, and she's on the Minecraft server playing survival. Oh, Pardlo. Your daughter, if she wants to join in with our survival seasons, it'll be about 3 weeks now where we'll all be playing survival. No creative. I'm anti-hierarchy. Yeah, I think I don't know. Anti-establishment. I don't know. That's not really. I don't know if there's a word. Hierarchy for reporting and taking control of situations and things. Yeah. My boss explains office politics to me. He's generally trying to help and I appreciate it, but it's so hard not to laugh. Oh, that's fantastic, Harriet. I'm so glad you got a pretty good understanding place to work. Anarchy. I was going to say anarchy, but it's not really anarchy. Like, you posted a video in the politics section of the Discord describing different political styles. And one of them, anarchy, was kind of a bit more structured than I thought it was. Right, so the hierarchy thing when it comes to work. Oh, I'm going to have to save some of this for another time because my throat is starting to give. But you're right, Emma. You good? Hierarchies. Oh, showing up your boss. Oh, I've done it so many times in so many workplaces. Nowadays, I kind of get paid for it, but I've caused people problems by showing them up, and it's like, shit, I'm supposed to cover for people. Oh, no one told me that. That's not in the contract. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, now I have to cover for people. All right, okay, now I see how this works. Right, okay, I'm going to do this in more grace, and it doesn't come naturally. And you know, it's not like dishonest, but it's like, oh, so inefficient. Harriet Winterbank. That word. It's not got Anne in it though, but you could make Anne out of it by borrowing some of the letters that word really doesn't need. Yeah. And anarchy is so interesting. I could post more at structured leadership. It feels like it's Game of Thrones to me. Ugh. I love how in Sweden we don't use prefixes like sir. We call people by their first name, even teachers and bosses. Is that right? Is that really genuinely? That's super interesting. Like, what about discipline? I remember I went into a school in London once, on the outskirts of London, to teach Code Club. I had year 6. So that's the last year of junior school. There were 3 classes and I had them all and I organized them into different things. I set up a Lego, what was it called? There was like a Lego Technics, but like a robotic version. They had one group of them run by a teacher. They had another group doing like design stuff. And then they had a group, which I took, which was on Scratch programming. And I refer to the teachers with their first names, and the gasp, the intake of air from the kids and the other staff, like, oh, no, that's Mrs. Brown, not first name. And I'd be like, oh shit, okay. I even said, oh shit once as well. I got a good reference from that, but like, it's like, oh, you can't do that. It's the worst thing, worst crime. Yeah. Some people are scary, for sure. Scratch is brilliant, by the way. A more accessible version and more fun version, if anyone's interested in the whole like learn to code or what's this all about kind of thing, command and control, is to do hour of code. If anyone's interested, like literally it's an hour and you can print yourself off a little certificate at the end if you want. And it's really fun. It uses Plants vs. Zombies, a little bit of Minecraft, and like a little bit of like maze, like how to plan to move a character around a maze. It is more fun than I'm making it out to be. Give it a go, by the way. It's well worth it. We should probably have done it on the live stream. Lego Mindstorm, that's right, Pardlo. Yes. Oh, what did I say, Visible? What did I say? Plants vs. Zombies, yeah. But like, Hour of Code. Hang on, I'll put it in the chat. We'll do it on a live stream. I'm glad this is still working. Oh, it's all AI now. It's all like, how does AI work? How gross. Oh, okay. It's gotten really complicated now. As in, like, there's loads of things to do, like loads of things to do. It used to just be the one thing. I'm sorry. Hour of Code's like super complicated now. One of these things is the original thing, but yeah, they're all like little. I think they're all quite good actually. Looking at them now. All right, cool. Well, yeah. But anyway, like, there's a Plants vs Zombies themed one. It's really good. Oh, how you teach your first name? Oh shit, yeah. And I actually said, I said that afterwards. I was like, oh shit. And then the gasps just turned into horror and giggles from children. And it's like, yeah, the kids. Oh. I'm getting very tired, gotta go. Yeah, me too, Yanniga. Take care. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to sign off now. Oh, in a few seconds. I've just seen reference to this. I didn't see Jaffa's comment, but what I mean when I say I'm autistic, I'm puzzling life on the autism spectrum is probably going to be the next Tea and Tales, which we'll do very, very soon. I think this could be a good book. As normal, the cats will sign it, and we'll do a raffle on the live stream, and someone will win it, and it will go out to somebody. And it'll be good fun. It looks like it actually looks like a 1 to 2 cups of tea book. Right. I'll play the outro. Take care, everybody. I'm still here, by the way. I'll keep chatting. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Much love. I'll catch you all. Some of you in this scratchy post. Some of you in next live stream, next video. See you soon.